Hello guys, your boy Vex again, and we're back with the Aero League Racing's Tier 1 drivers for round 5 of the GT7. I think it's Season 10, isn't it? Season 10 Championship. So this is the sprint race. We're here in France at St. Croix, St. Croix, whatever you want to call it. We'll go with St. Croix. So BX Royal is on pole after qualifying. Iggy is there in second place. We've got Viking Dog third place. Chris is in fourth. Marco is fifth. Ben is in sixth. Owen is seventh. Tieps is in eighth. We got Lars in ninth. Andy Winters is in 10th. Andy Winters, we've seen him before, haven't we, in League 2, so he's just moved up to League 1. Kyle is there in 11th, and that looks like that is the grid for this first sprint race, so shall we get into it? Let's get into it. The lights are out, they're off. BX trying to cover off the inside early, obviously quite a long track, so don't think they're going to get too many laps in the 15 minutes or 10 minutes of qualifying, but it is getting a little bit congested towards the back of the field there. So we've got BX followed by Viking Dog. Iggy starting to try and make a move now on Viking Dog. He's having a look up the inside as they come up to this next hard braking zone. Not managing to get it done though. In fact, BX has covered it over as well, covered it off. Viking Dog trying to go the long way round. He's trying to go around the outside there of BX. Iggy is trying to follow him as well. He's actually managed to get that move done. It's a great move there from Viking Dog. Looking like Corvette, maybe quite strong around here. And then we've got the Volkswagen Hot Tub Time Machine of Time Lord Iggy, not too far behind, being hounded by BX as well. BX dropping down to third place now. He's going to go for that move up in Iggy's inside. He manages to get it done nice and cleanly as well. Plenty of room given by both drivers. He's not actually ahead yet though, is he? And Iggy is going to have the inside for this turn, so Iggy retakes that second position, does he? BX holding it around the outside, dipping the wheel off onto the grass there. Didn't slow him down too much though, but he's now got Chris. Chris is there now in fourth place. He's right on the back of BX. We got Marco creeping up there as well. Owen is up to sixth. Tieps behind him in seventh in that M6. Tieps actually going for a move there as well. Looked like he was trying to go round the outside, but unsuccessfully so that time. So Kyle is there in eighth. Then we have Andy Winters in ninth, looking like he's had a bit of a bad getaway. Bit of a shaky start to this race, but we're still only on lap 1. Ben all the way at the back of the field now. Don't know if he's had a moment somewhere. Having a bit of a shaky season at the moment, isn't he, is Ben? It's a Viking Dog. Managed to take first place early doors before the end of the first lap. And they're just coming through the final sector now, I believe, or is this the middle sector? I think it's sector 5. BX managing to take that second place away from Iggy again. Iggy all over his bumper though. He's almost pushing BX along now. Still very close as well, the field. Although it looks like the top 5 maybe creating a bit of a gap, or the top 4 even, maybe creating a bit of a gap to the rest of the field now, but it's not too sizable. Viking Dog with a slight error there. BX managed to go around his outside. He's managed to get that move done. That was a cracking move there from BX. Managing to retake the race lead. Iggy's going to try and follow through as well, but that Corvette is very fast on the straights, isn't it? So I think Viking Dog may be able to set up a move as they come into turn 1. Not that time round. Everybody getting through there unscathed though, not managing to Grazed the barrier, all too easily done through that turn. Now Iggy absolutely pushing Viking Dog along. Viking setting purple sectors, but everyone will be at the moment because it's only lap 2. So Iggy starting to drop a little bit off the back of Viking Dog, it looks like. Maybe he's eating into them tyres a bit quicker than he would have liked. I think tyre wear is definitely going to be a factor around here, being quite a long track. The tyre degradation is going to be quite high. Owen up to 5th now. He's up to his favourite position. Tiep's not too far behind him. Tiep's changing his livery for this round. Kyle not far behind in that BRZ. He's got a few car lengths to make up, but still well within distance at the moment. Obviously only lap 2. But I fancy they may only get 5 or 6 laps in this sprint race. So Andy Winters, he's there in 8th place. He's still trying to close that gap to Kyle. We've seen he was very quick in tier 2. Maybe actually not worried too much about position at the moment, because obviously it is a reverse. It will be a reverse grid for the feature race, so he'd be in a quite strong position if that is where he finishes, as will Ben. Ben's actually made up a place now. Ben up to 9th place, and Marco all the way down in 10th. What happened to Marco? Marco must have had an incident somewhere. He must have had a bit of a mishap. Maybe spinning that car around, I'm not sure, but he's all the way down in 10th now. I think that may bode well for him in the feature race though, but let's hope he's not sandbagging. We've seen how quick Marco can be. So BX now still with the lead of the race. He's actually got the fastest lap as well with a 3:25.4. He's actually got a nice gap now over Viking Dog. I think he's just managed to break that slipstream range. The Viking is definitely going to be towing Iggy along at this point. Top 3 all very consistent this evening, not making many mistakes at all. Iggy does look like he's still got pace in that hot tub time machine in the Volkswagen VGT Vision Gran Turismo. Chris, he's started to drop a little bit off the back of the top 3 now. He was there with him, wasn't he, at one point? Maybe starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable on them tyres, perhaps. Owen still currently in 5th place. So everyone seems to be settled into their positions at the moment in this sprint race. No one really close enough to go for a move at this stage. Although Marco does look like he's starting to close now on Ben. So maybe able to still regain the position before the end of the race. Go for a little on board with Marco for a minute as we come up to the end of this lap, and he's chasing Ben down. I think he may be able to get a move done before the end of this lap, so he's actually made up quite a bit of time for that last split. I think he was 4 seconds up, personal best. Through that previous sector. He's actually 0.5 through that split. 5 seconds faster, sorry, through that split. That's a personal best again for Marco. And it does look like he is in that slipstream range now, doesn't it? He is starting to close now on Ben. Will he be able to get a move done before the end of the lap? Looking quite consistent at the moment. Go on board with BX in just a second. Check out the race leader. I think we are definitely going to see the move come, but I think it's going to take another lap, as it looks like Ben has actually managed to catch Andy Winters as well, so Ben may be able to go for a move on Andy. He's going to be defending against Marco behind him as well. And as they come through the final turn, he's managed to get that move done. Can Marco follow through as well? Andy Winters, he's now trying to cover him off, trying to stick in the slipstream of Ben. Marco is surely going to get it done. Side by side as they come through that turn. I think this is actually officially turn 2. So Ben, he's moved up to 8th place now. Marco still trying to find his way past Andy Winters. Andy Winters defending brilliantly though. He's still got that slipstream of Ben. Actually pulling out to look for a move up the inside of Ben. Marco's tried to make it 3 wide. Andy Winters thought better of it. He's backed out. Marco managing to get through. He's managed to take that position from Ben as well. Has he got 2 for 1? And he's made it stick. But Andy Winters now coming back against Ben. So furious battle at the back here at the moment between these 3 for 8th place. We'll come back on board with these guys shortly. So BX still currently in 1st place. He has got a nice gap, hasn't he now? Definitely. He's definitely well broken that toe. Well out of that toe range now. He's just got to try and keep consistent. Viking Dog still trying to fight and retake that race lead, but he has dropped off a little bit now. He's a few car lengths back. I think that tyre wear may be getting the better of him a little bit. Perhaps leaning on the tyres a little bit too early. As we are coming into the final stages of this sprint race. And Iggy actually dropping a little bit out of that window now as well to Viking Dog. Chris there in 4th. Owen looking like he's catching him up though in 5th place. And then T-Ep's there in 6th. Kyle 7th. Marco's managed to make his way through to 8th. Ben's there in 9th, and then Andy Winters in 10th. So we have had a retirement in this first sprint race. I think it might have been Lars. I can't see Lars on the grid still. But BX, absolutely cracking drive at the moment. Looks like he may have this sprint sewn up. I think as he finishes this lap, he'll be starting his final lap. I think it's 15 minutes, isn't it, the sprint? Or is it 20? Maybe 20-minute sprint race. Oh, Viking Dog taking a really deep line over that last corner. I don't know if I was going to slap him with a 0.5 second penalty. And he hasn't, so you can run all four wheels onto the grass there and get away with it. Oh, and Iggy, he's managed to get the move done up the inside there. That was a great move. I think he's just got better tyres at this point, hasn't he? Managed to get that car stopped a little bit later and got it up the inside nicely. Viking Dog still trying to come back though. Can he retake that second position? What's Iggy got? Can Iggy get onto the back of BX? Maybe he saved enough of them tyres to be able to go for a last minute push. But it does look like BX. Oh no, BX, hold on to it. Nearly having a moment there. He managed to save it there. That was a great save there from BX. Iggy still trying to chase him down. He's managed to create a bit of a gap now to Viking Dog. Viking Dog dropping the third place. And this is indeed the final lap. So BX only having to hold on for this last lap now. He's just got to keep it consistent and he should get that first place points. Iggy looking strong at the moment. He's looking like he might be on for that second place. He's trying to keep Viking Dog behind him. He's got a nice bit of a gap now, so a little bit of breathing space there to Viking Dog in third place. Viking Dog actually looking like he may have closed the gap again, so maybe able to go for a move into this next turn. Is he going to be close enough? We are going to have a run down as well, and actually no, he's not close enough that time round. So he's going to have to stay in the slipstream for the meantime. So Chris still in fourth place. Owen is there in fifth. Tieps is sixth. Kyle seventh. Now being chased down by Marco, who's in eighth. Andy Winters managing to get through to ninth place. Ben is there in 10th. I'm going to go back on board with BX shortly because there is a battle forming behind him for second place between Iggy and Viking Dog. Viking Dog looking like he might have the run. Iggy's showing him the long way round. Iggy's still going to have the inside for this turn here. He's going to be able to hold it around the inside. Viking Dog holding it around the outside there. Oh, it's a cracking battle between these two at the moment. Very close indeed. Who's going to have the better tyres as they come through the final sector? For the fifth and final time. I did say I thought it'd be 5 or 6 laps, didn't I? So Iggy's still holding on to it at the moment. Viking Dog all over his bumper though. Who's going to get that place? I think it's going to be a fight as they come to the start finish line. We're going to have to go on board with BX in just a second as he comes up to the penultimate turn. Well, they come through the penultimate turn. He's coming up to the final turn now. So he's managed to do it. He is going to take the checkered flag. BX is going to take the win in this sprint race. Well done, BX. Iggy is second place. Viking Dog third. Chris is going to bring it home in fourth. Owen's there in fifth. Tieps is sixth. Marco, he's going to bring it home in seventh place. So he manages to get past Kyle at the end there. Cracking recovery drive from Marco. Kyle eighth. Andy Winters. Andy Winters with Ben all over the back of him now. Is Ben going to be able to get past him? I don't know if he is. I think Andy's got 9th sewn up and he has. So Andy 9th, Ben in 10th. Well, that was the sprint race, guys. I'll be back with the endurance race in just a second.